Well, after much waiting, Eco 9.4 is out, which means it's time to despoil another test world. Now you can go on the store page. There's a bunch of stuff on civics and economy that I don't care about because I don't trust other people enough to play this game on a server with people I don't know. First thing I did, dug a couple big holes in the ground. Let's fly down here. By the looks of it, Origin is unchanged. I went through a desert and a Arctic biome. Giant hole in the ground there. Iron is still about 20 blocks down. The first big pancake, the second pancake, another 20 or so. Still got the great big balls of ore. Over in the Arctic biome, copper is exactly where you expect it to be, which means never anywhere you're looking. But it's there and it's unchanged. I'm not going to bother looking for gold far, far underground in the jungle. If two things haven't changed and they haven't said the third have, it's going to let it go. We did get some more customization options. I don't know why it defaulted back to that. Anyway, so you normally have whatever kind of hairstyle you've chosen. You can now decide whether or not your career involves busting rhymes, being a human Q-tip, showing off a really strange hairline, or talking to the manager. Should you decide, those are your options. Another thing they've done is they've added 30 new foods. 30. You want to know the easiest way to find them all? Well, that's another thing they added. Check that out. Look at that. Before, this used to be a big wall of text. Actually, you have to hover over to get a big wall of text. Now it just flat out shows you what you can make. I don't know why. I don't know why signs are represented by salads at the moment. I'm just going to print screen that. Submit a bug report. I hadn't noticed that yet. But in each one of these, it just flat out tells you what you can make at certain levels. And you have the option to show locked or unlocked. So if I was still at level 1, or I didn't have this yet, it wouldn't show me any of these. I wouldn't know that I could make any of that. Go into all of these. The only thing that's actually really been moved around is the simple wood, the first wood cart you get. Under here. Has been moved to logging. The humble, small wooden cart. You now have to take logging to get it. That may not seem like much, but your next transport option is the wheelbarrow under engineering, basic engineering. So where before, if you had the ability, you could knock up a small wood cart and move things around. You now have to go through carpentry and then into basic engineering to build a Wainwright table to get a wheelbarrow. And the wheelbarrow doesn't hold as much as the cart. That said, they have... Let's just give myself one here. Give... Wheelbarrow? There we are. That said, so I've got the only buttons I'm using right now. W, S. Notice now it's not flying off to the side the way it normally does. Now you actually have to steer it. It does, obviously I move forward. I hit D, finger off D, hit A. It does have a bit of lag time. You can still walk behind it just fine, but you will have to remember that you're steering in reverse instead of just pulling it. Functionally, it's a lot easier to use. Doesn't quite hold as much as the wood cart, and there's another skill involved. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. They've made it usable, which is kind of the best part. Then on to all this food. There are just so many new foods. As the guy who makes the foods, one, this is kind of neat because there's just so many different things you can do. Like even here under cooking, right? So they have taro fries because I already had taro. Why add a potato? Loaded taro. I want you to go that. So that's taro fries, cheese. Oh, by the way, there's cheese and prepared meat. Now, it's not quite poutine, but like I'll take it, eh? A bit of a nice nod. And there's all kinds of foods like living in a, cloistered, frigid wasteland like I am. I have no idea what pupusas was. I looked it up. It doesn't look bad. Pad Thai. There's a whole bunch of Oriental type foods. There are, what's it under? Advanced cooking? Advanced cooking. We finally have sushi. We've always got multiple kinds of sushi too. So rice gets a whole bunch more stuff to do. It's a whole bunch of Asian foods. And of course, a nod to the Brits, fish and chips, raw fish, fries, flour and oil. Go team. So on that, give middle. We're going to be completely unorganized today because I haven't recorded a video in like a month. We have sun cheese, which is made from, this takes a lot to make, right? You first need oil, rice, yeast, sunflower seeds. Now this, I'm assuming this is something that you make actually like in a real way. You can make sunflower oil, sunflower seeds. We have vegetable oil. I guess that's a way to add cheese that doesn't involve adding milk. That said, I'm pretty sure there's some way they could have added... Well, no, because it would have had to have been you would have had to make some kind of like squeezings from acorns or some... Nah, it wouldn't work. I don't know. I'm sure someone makes something like this. This is inspired on something in real life. But there it is. And they've added a whole bunch of other things you can make. Hearty hometown pizza. This is, I'm guessing this is the Canadian style pizza, because we've got tomatoes for sauce. Why bother making tomato sauce if you just use tomatoes? Cheese. We've got sausage and mushrooms. Okay, I guess. We have a sea pizza, kelp and fish. I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. And here's what worries me the most. They've added a feature that your character cares about the kind of food they eat. They have tastes. This, tasty tropical pizza. To some it is tasty, to others unforgivable. And you notice it has that. So, points for getting in on the meme war, I guess. I guess. A donut. I don't know why it says worldly donut. I mean, it's literally just oil, pastry dough, and sugar. I mean, it's the basic donut. Don't know. So what we're going to do here, give item, I've already forgotten what it's called. Tasty tropical pizza. Give item, tasty tropical pizza. Unknown. What? Is it not item anymore or just give? Just give. Okay. And you're not supposed to know what you like until you eat it? Well, so I get done hammering buttons for no reason. Let's find out. I ate it. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in it, right? Does it tell you if you like it? Doesn't tell you there. Fine. Give me the pizza. Someone to say the... Doesn't... It's supposed to tell you if you like it or not. That's what it says in the store page. Okay, tell you what, give me a donut. Totally donut. Do I like this? Scarf. Doesn't tell you. Maybe that hasn't been coming yet. Anyway, I'm pretty sure the idea was that in an effort to completely confound people like me who want to find ways to min-max the game by literally just making 3 foods for the duration, this is not only a way to force people to make foods, but a way to kind of force a broadening of your production base. So if you were playing on a server with like 4 people, you'd be able to figure out what foods they like and then produce them. And then the more people you had, the more difficult it would become both to source, refine, and then cook source all the ingredients, refine them, and then cook them into a final thing. Which means if you're going to be the cook on a big server, when they get this figured out, you will have a lot more to do. And I'm okay with that, right? Like every iteration of the game adds stuff to it that wasn't there before, or changes the way it plays in some way. I can honestly say that I've been playing this game for like 4 years now, and with every major update comes a change in the way everything is done. That's definitely one way to keep it fresh. Otherwise, this game would have kind of run out of steam a long time ago. So because I'm dumb and hadn't quite figured out how to enable food tastiness, it involved a little bit of going into the template file, and here we are. So apparently I've already eaten 2 of these for no reason, and here's to hoping I ate one and this food tastes okay. I would argue otherwise. Strongly. The stomach is full. Oh, really? Well. Does this command still work? Nope, okay. So I forgot what the mushroom was called. I had to go find a couple. Let's eat a few of these to make that thing smaller. And survey says, tastes bad. Well, I should hope so. It's kind of not good for you. Cotton. Nope, I need cotton seeds, wouldn't I? Huckleberries. This food tastes okay. Oh, come on. Really? No, no one finds bean sprouts good. I don't like beans? I goddamn love beans. Tastes okay. Okay, that's scrap meat. I like scrap meat. Oh, tallow. What does tallow say? There's been a lot of stuff, people posted stuff tastes okay, where it's like, you can't stop thinking about pine cones. Let's hear it for randomly generated stuff. Well, after trying out the food system, I have a feeling... I don't eat this yet. Okay, donuts taste awesome game and you're a liar. It's going to kind of change the way some people play the game. Most likely people who are cooks, because you have to do a lot more resource gathering and processing and stuff. To everybody else, if you're playing at a server with economy, you might have to pay a bit more for the food you like. If you're not, it's be a bit of a hassle. We'll just go back to eating whatever you ate before. Don't know. I got to play around with it a bunch more. I'm not sure there's enough new content to merit a single player playthrough again, though. I mean, realistically, the only big changes are things like the wooden cart. I know the butcher has been given something over here. Butcher, where are you? Here? No, hunting. Why have you got a heart? Oh, it's a whatever. The butcher gained the ability. Butcher or the hunter? The hunter got it. Right, so the hunter gets to do the taxidermy. Whereas before, I think it was the carpenter. which always seemed a little weird. So now your hunter has a bit more to do in turn. At least has something to add to decoration in the game, right? Like you want a great big wall mount or something like that. The guy that goes out and kills things be the one to do it. Got to play with it a bit more. We'll see what happens. If I can find people that want to play, who maybe haven't played before or something like that, it's going to be an interesting playthrough with the taste system. I don't know. We'll find out. And if I do, I'll see you in the future.